You're never lost among the crowd with me. Never lost among the crowd with me.
Hi guys, welcome to the last and final episode of Sis Mamam Season 1, where we cover the highs and lows, ups and downs, fun and annoying moments parenthood brings us through the eyes of me. And in today's episode, we're going to be covering giving birth in a pandemic. It was the 25th of July when I was sleeping and I was awakened by really bad cramps. This seems to be like a trend, right? I'm always awakened by some stomach pain or something like that. It felt like period cramps. So girls, women, if you have period cramps, you know what I'm talking about. It was too early in the morning to do anything about it, so I was like, whatever. As the day progressed, the pain started to come on and off, and it started to get more intense. After talking to my family members and some friends, they all said it was just Braxton Hicks, but I thought might as well just get checked, just in case anything were to happen.
We're in the hospital and it's the emptiest it's ever been.
So what we did was we got a CTG test, which, let me check how to pronounce this properly. It's a cardiotocography test, where they actually check the baby's heartbeat as well as your contractions. And in half an hour after that, they came back and they had a look at the charts and they said you only had one small contraction in that whole half an hour, so you are probably just experiencing Braxton Hicks. But to me, I felt that I had more than one contraction. But what do I know, right? My first time giving birth. I could just be really nervous. So they said, you can just go home, you'll be fine. As we walked back to the car, the contractions came again, or that pain came again, and this time it was worse, right? So I ran back to the nurse and I said, can you just check me again, because it's starting to hurt even more.
The doctor arrived, she checked me, and when she checked me, she didn't even have to, well, how they check is they put their fingers in and they like wiggle, and then they like spread their fingers to feel how dilated you are. So she just put it in a bit and she was like, oh, the head is here. And then, boop, my water broke.
So they were like, okay, let me call the doctor because it looks like you're gonna give birth soon because you're dilating really fast. So we just waited in a room. At this time, it was like 6 something. They said, oh, you have to go get your PCR test because COVID, we need to know if you're positive or not to take the extra precautions needed. I heard from friends that their husbands weren't able to be with them during delivery because of COVID. I can't imagine not having Darren there with me, but I can totally understand the SOPs in place is to keep everyone safe. However, to my surprise, that wasn't the case for me. The private hospital I was at actually allowed husbands to be with their wives during delivery as long as they tested negative from the test. Once we were done, we were then checked into the room again, the delivery room, and all we had to do now was wait. So it was dinner time and I ordered 1 chapati, just 1. My pain and cramps or contractions, whatever it's called, was so bad that I couldn't even finish it, and it was just getting worse and worse. To the point where I was on the floor and you just can't control yourself, you're like shaking, and it's not like the small shake like this, right? It's like the I couldn't like even control my legs. It was really bad. I remember wanting to go pee in the toilet. So you know, in the hospital room, it's not very big. You have your bed and then you have a few steps to the toilet bowl. And it took me like 5 minutes to get to the toilet bowl because every few steps the contraction would come and then I would just like drop on the floor like every few seconds I would drop on the floor shaking, and then even peeing was really difficult. Like you pee halfway and then the contractions come and then you're just like
That's the epidural, goes all the way to my back.
I told the nurse, I need epidural now. I ain't gonna wait for it. I ain't not gonna take it, because the doctor did recommend you try natural lah, you know, you try and see, and then if you don't, then you ask for epidural. So I tried it, and no, I do not recommend not taking epidural.
People in a few more hours, and we're gonna have an additional person in our family. Woohoo! Epidural's the best, guys. I recommend 100%.
When I got it, within less than 10 minutes, from shaking uncontrollably and cold sweating and like screaming, I was totally zen. I was like it felt like I was in a spa. I was making jokes. I was like, haha, this is easy. There were 2 midwives and the gynae, and to ensure the baby's safety and of course to follow SOPs, the 3 of them were decked out in their PPE suit, so the full shebang, face shield, face mask, and they said, okay, you know what a contraction feels like, so when you feel it, you push, alright? So 3 of them, the midwives and the doctor, would be where my legs are, up in the air, and then my husband was at the side there, quite far actually. I think he was a bit scared. Then I felt it and I would tell them, okay, I feel a contraction coming. Then they're like, okay, okay. And then they were really cute. They were like counting down together. 3, 2, 1, push. And then all 3 of the women were like, push, push. So not like the movies where you think you need to push and when I tried doing that, they were like, what are you doing? You're wasting your energy. Don't do that. Then I was like, what do you mean? Then they were like, try to push with no sound. So I was like, oh, okay, okay. Yeah, all right. So this is what I did exactly. And then that's it. That's me pushing. Everything else was quiet. You just feel the contractions and you push. You feel the contractions and you push. So it took about 20 minutes. They would say things like, I see the head, I see the head. Then my husband, oh yeah, I see a lot of hair. Then I was like, okay, cool, but I can't see anything. So I just kept pushing, and finally, after 20 minutes, the baby came out and they immediately like did some suction thingy and you could hear her cry. And you think that's it, but nope, there's still more gunk and stuff coming out from your body. So they took the baby aside and the doctor, it's either she stuffed her whole hand in my body and pulled stuff out, or they pressed stuff out from my tummy. I can't remember which. But basically, after the baby came out, there's like a lot of water and your... What's it called?
Placenta.
Yes, placenta. And that's what I was... Actually, honestly speaking, this sounds like I'm a really bad mom, but I was more interested in looking at the placenta than the baby. I had a look at the placenta, which I have a video of. I'm not sure if we're allowed to show it, but if we are, there it is. Through this experience, I guess a couple of things surprised me. The first one being giving birth in a pandemic wasn't too different and complicated. Second one was that my husband was actually able to be with me in the delivery room. The third one was that everyone is extra cautious. I mean, this was a given, but I really didn't expect them to be in full PPE. That took me by surprise. I don't know why. And lastly, I didn't know that mums couldn't be with their babies immediately until their COVID results was actually tested negative. That's all I have for today, and again, this is our final episode for the series. If you would like to see more and want us to have season 2, comment down below what you guys want to hear from us or what you want us to cover, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Oh, I just can't look. I can't bear the thought of seeing you.
Just like the story in episode 1 where I talked about how I found out I was pregnant, in this story it's also kind of funny because... Sorry, Sean can come in. This is Sean. He's the production freeloader. He said he wants to be in this video, so... So in this episode, I'll be talking to you guys or sharing with you my experience of giving birth in a pandemic. Sean! Not really scream, I was just like, I'm not a screamer.
With someone new, oh I swear I'm almost over you. And sometimes I find I switch off and I start to drive streets that no longer are my own. I keep driving your way home.